Hello, Mr. Hardy here, and in this video I want to teach you about the persuasive writing technique example. So this is part of the DAFOREST series I'm doing. DAFOREST is an acronym I use in class to teach my students a variety of persuasive writing techniques that they can use in their assessments and exams. We're on the letter E. We've already done emotive language and exaggeration, so in this video we will look at example. So what is an example? An example is when you provide an illustrative situation based on fact or experience. So you illustrate, you show, you explain a situation based on fact. It could be scientific fact, provable facts, or personal experience. I'll give you an example of each. For example, a recent study discovered that reading for pleasure improves mental well-being. So this example is based on fact. Some scientists have conducted a survey or some research that proves reading for pleasure can improve your mental well-being. The second example is experiential. Have a listen to this. For instance, when I did my GCSEs, I used to record notes on my phone and listen to them to revise. That's based on my own personal experience of studying for the GCSEs. It's not a fact that's proven by science. It's my own experience that I'm illustrating for you to see if it might benefit you when you revise for your GCSEs. So here I've written a speech about the benefits of playing musical instruments. Have a listen for the examples I've used. I've tried to use one of each, one that is factual based and one that is experientially based. Good afternoon. I'm here today to talk to you about the various benefits that playing a musical instrument regularly can offer you. For example, studies have shown that people who play music show better cognitive function and better emotional regulation. In my personal experience, I played a guitar and have noticed an improvement in my concentration and fine motor skills. Why not improve your life by picking up an instrument today? Did you manage to spot the examples? I used one that was factually based, so studies have shown that people who play music show better cognitive function and better emotional regulation. Now in the exam you'll be given a topic to write about. You're not expected to know actual facts based on that topic, but what you can do is you can make them up as long as they're reasonable or believable. For example, that's what I've done here. I imagine there are studies that show playing musical instruments can improve your life. So I have incorporated that into my persuasive writing. The second one is, in my personal experience, I played a guitar and have noticed an improvement in my concentration and fine motor skills. That's an example of giving an example based on my personal experience, experiential. There are ways you can start off your sentence when you give examples. The most obvious one is to use for example, or for instance, or this survey suggests, or this research suggests, or in my personal experience. Those are a variety of sentence starters that you could use if you want to give an example in your persuasive writing. So some tips of how to maximize examples in your writing. Why not include some examples that are based on fact? Not only can you pick up marks for using an example, which is a persuasive writing technique, but you could also pick up marks for incorporating a fact, which is a statement that is true, into your writing. And sometimes this can also count as a statistic too, if there is a number involved. A statistic is a fact that includes a number. For variety, why don't you include some examples that are based on personal experience? Now in the exam, you can make it up as long as it's believable. Not only is this an example and can get you marks for using an example, but often it's an anecdote too. Remembering that an anecdote is a personal story, so by giving a personal example, you sort of bridge that gap between example and anecdote. Both factual and experiential examples can give credit to your persuasive writing, can make the reader or the listener believe you and agree with your bias. So, some practice for you. Task 1. Can you write one paragraph of an article about how to improve a sport of your choosing? You may want to include some personal examples of how you've improved at that sport. You may want to use some factual examples, some scientific research that suggests if you do these things, you can improve at this sport. Task 2 is to write a paragraph of a sales pitch designed to sell a product of your choosing, so you're persuading the audience to buy your product. Maybe you could give some factual examples of why your product is superior to other products, or maybe you might give some experiential examples of how this product can improve the quality of your life. If you found this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for the rest of the DAFOREST persuasive writing techniques. And feel free to leave a comment, perhaps with some examples of a factual example or maybe an experiential example for me to take a look at. Well, thank you for your attention, and I'll see you on the next one.